Long ago, in an ancient mountain valley, whispers told of the moon's shadow under a vast silver sky. An elder warned the gathered villagers by firelight that the moon's shadow demanded a terrible price. Mei Ling, radiant at 18, carried a gentle smile and a quiet ache for something more. She moved through the market with effortless grace as villagers turned to admire her beauty. Yet her heart ached with silence, for it longed for the warrior Liang. Liang, a proud young warrior, trained with his spear, strength and focus etched into every motion. Under the blazing sun he struck bamboo with thunderous precision as distant onlookers applauded. From afar, Mei Ling watched him with hands clasped, longing tightening in her chest. That night she lay awake by a small lamp, eyes shining with lonely, restless dreams. Drawn by fate, she walked the moonlit stone path toward the high mountain lake. At the shore she knelt beneath the full moon, her reflection shimmering on still water. Tears slipped from her cheeks and fell into the silver mirror of the lake. The ripples darkened and twisted as a strange shape gathered in the water. The moon's shadow rose, tall and faceless, veils of black dripping with mist. Close and cold, the faceless veil loomed, its presence swallowing the night. Mei Ling lifted her gaze, lips trembling as she dared to voice a wish. She confessed her desire, Liang's love, and that he might become the greatest warrior. The shadow leaned nearer and named the price with a whisper, her youth. Fear and desire wrestled within her as moonlight trembled across the waves. She bowed her head and breathed the words of consent, I accept. Spirals of silver light surged from the lake, engulfing her in a blinding glow. Her youthful bloom withered, cheeks sank and hands shriveled with sudden age. Now old and frail in the same silk dress, she cried out in horror. Her cry rolled through the cliffs while the moon glared cold and bright. Meanwhile, in the village, Liang's strength grew and admiration swelled around him. From the edge of the crowd, the aged Mei Ling watched with fragile hope. Liang stood triumphant as cheers rose and maidens gazed in wonder. Mei Ling pushed through the onlookers, breath ragged, reaching toward him. Tears streaked her wrinkled face as she called his name above the noise. Liang turned and froze, shock carving a hard line across his brow. The crowd looked away, pity and discomfort spreading like a hush. I gave my youth for you, she pleaded, voice cracking on the words. Shame flickered in Liang's eyes as he stepped back from her. He turned away, and she was left small and alone within the circle. Staggering from the square, she clutched her chest and wept. Back at the lake, she fell to her knees and screamed to the moon. Shadow, return my youth, she begged, take anything, but give it back. The water blackened with mist as the surface shivered and split. The moon's shadow rose again, towering and merciless above her. It bent close, a chill voice curling from the veil like smoke. A gift taken from the moon is never returned, the shadow hissed. When it vanished, she collapsed at the shore, hollowed by despair. Nights passed as she wandered the village outskirts, unseen and alone. By the river she stood in silence, studying the broken flow of her reflection. Children watched from afar and whispered, half afraid of her moonlit shape. Under the full moon she stood still, half light and half shadow. Upon the lake, her image appeared even when she was nowhere near. Her aged hands clutched her chest, regret carving deeper than any blade. She stared at the cold water, eyes emptied by too much sorrow. The shadow's form thinned into mist and bled back into the night. Only the bright moon remained above the quiet valley and lake. A single lotus lantern drifted across the silver water, soft flame aglow. Its silent warning clear, never trade your soul for what cannot last.